Human beings lie, societies lie, history can be rewritten, promises collapse, narratives are manipulated. But there is one thing that has never lied: death. It has never missed a deadline, it has never shown favoritism, it has never negotiated, it does not respond to wealth, it does not pause for status, it does not care about influence. Death is the most honest fact of existence. And yet, it is the one truth we avoid the most. We plan our lives as if permanence is guaranteed. We build reputations. We protect ego. We hold grudges for years. We compete for status. We obsess over being remembered. All while knowing, somewhere in the background, that none of it lasts. The strange part is not that we die. The strange part is that we live as if we won't. Death is the ultimate equalizer. Wealth collapses, power dissolves, fame fades, intelligence ends, influence disappears. Kings and laborers arrive at the same conclusion. Hierarchy is temporary. Every structure we defend, every identity we protect, every image we curate is dissolving, and that realization is psychologically destabilizing. We say we fear death, but that is not entirely true. We fear the loss of control. We fear incompletion. We fear the erasure of identity. We fear the interruption of our narrative. Because the human mind is addicted to continuity. It wants tomorrow. It wants extension. It wants unfinished ambition to be completed. It wants the illusion of later. Death interrupts that illusion. And the interruption feels violent. That is why we distract ourselves. Endless entertainment, constant noise, relentless ambition, digital immersion, artificial urgency. As long as we are distracted, we feel psychologically immortal. But something changes when death is not avoided, but accepted. When a person genuinely understands, that time is limited. Priorities reorganize automatically. Ego weakens. Petty conflict loses value. External validation becomes irrelevant. Because when the ending is guaranteed, approval loses its authority, acceptance reduces fear, and reduced fear increases clarity. Throughout history, disciplined thinkers practiced something uncomfortable. The Stoics called it memento mori, remember that you will die, not as depression, not as despair, but as calibration. To remember death is to remember limits, and limits create focus. On battlefields, those who have already accepted death often move with more calm, terminal patience, who pass from denial into acceptance, frequently describe a shift in perception, less noise, more clarity, less resistance, more presence. Because resistance is where most fear lives. Here is the uncomfortable truth: power does not belong to the one who owns the most. Power belongs to the one who fears the least. Systems operate on fear, fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of exclusion, fear of insignificance. But when a person accepts death, truly accepts it, what is left to threaten them with? If loss is inevitable, loss loses leverage. If endings are certain, urgency becomes precise. Control weakens when fear weakens, and death eliminates the ultimate fear. If faced directly, life is uncertain. People are inconsistent. Hope can mislead. Success is unstable. But death is consistent. It will arrive. No manipulation in that statement, no exaggeration, no metaphor. Just certainty, and certainty is rare. The real question is not when you will die. The real question is, how honestly are you living? While knowing that you will, because time is not abstract. Time is death, measured in smaller units. Every second passes without negotiation. Every day removed cannot be restored. Every argument you prolong, every grudge you maintain, every insecurity you protect, is time voluntarily surrendered. Death is not dramatic. It is quiet. It moves slowly, almost invisibly, until suddenly it does not. When you understand, that death is the only honest thing in life, you begin to see how much of life is built on illusion, status, comparison, validation, image, fear, all fragile, all temporary, all dissolving. Death does not rush, it does not argue, it does not explain, it does not justify, it simply waits. And in that waiting, there is absolute honesty. Now here is the paradox. The more you deny death, the more it controls you. The more you accept death, the less anything else can. Because once permanence is abandoned, clarity emerges. You stop performing, you stop competing for invisible trophies, you stop negotiating your authenticity. You begin choosing deliberately, not impulsively, not emotionally, but consciously. Death is not the enemy, it is the boundary, and boundaries create definition. Without death, nothing would feel urgent, nothing would feel valuable, nothing would feel finite. Without an ending, there is no meaning. Death gives structure to existence. It is the silent frame around every human life, and frames are what make pictures visible. So perhaps death is not cruel, perhaps it is honest, and honesty, even when uncomfortable, is liberating. Death is the only honest thing in life. Everything else can be distorted, but this cannot, and that is precisely why it matters.